Hi and welcome to another day of Python challenges. But this one I'm just going to run through an example because it's very confusing. I'll try and make it as straightforward as possible. I've had to play around with some code before running this video, so let's get straight into it. Well, actually, your challenge could be create two functions and they both access a variable and change one variable. So you're talking about global variables and how do you change them? So that would be a challenge. So let's say you make a global variable and in one function you set it to a value, and then in the second function you have to change the value to something else. Okay, so that's your challenge. Give it a go. But we're going to run through it right now and show you all about it because it's not easy, but it gets easier the more you do it. All right, so let's start off with creating some functions. So area 1, and that's going to be my first area, and I'm going to create an object in there. I'm just going to call it object 1. Nice and easy, and let's print it so we know what's going on with it. And then in the second area, create another object. Now, just be careful creating variables that are the same name. It's very confusing. So you really want to, only if you need to, alter it everywhere and you know that it's the same thing. Don't create another function that does the same thing as another one and has similar names. Yeah, it's just really confusing. So, make it sort of specific only if you are changing the same object, okay? Keep them the same, All right, let's give this a go. Now, what I'm going to do in the first one, I'm going to print area 2, okay? So let's, or run it just from this one function. So area 1 gets run, we assign object to 1, it prints 1, and then it should print 2 to show us that we're printing area 2. Okay, so let's put that down here. No, don't want to print area 2, I want to print area 1. There we go, and F5. Okay, and you can see I've done this a few times. I just want to make this video as smooth sailing as possible. All right, we've got 1, and then it's changed to 2. All right, and now, have we changed this one or have we changed this one? That's the question. So when you create a function, this is separate to this one, and I'll show you. What's a good example of how we can do that? Even though I've changed it to 2 here, this one's still 1. So let's print area 1 again, and we're going to run that in here, in itself. You can do it, works. And we'll get, oh, all right, sorry, created a loop. No, don't do that. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna run it again, okay, just to show you. No. All right, no, this will do it, sorry. Print the object here. Okay, this will show you if this has been changed to 2. Okay, so it's going to go through and print object 1, right? I'm just going to run through it slowly, and then area 2, it'll change it to 2, but it's not changing it, it's just a new variable. And we'll prove this by printing this here. All right, has it changed? All right, let's see. All right, now, yep, as we can see, 1, 2, 1. Even though we changed it in the second area, it still goes back to 1. So what our hypothesis is, or our finding, is this is not global. And this is not global, so they are 2 different objects. Now, how do we make them global? All right, so one way is you place this at the top of your, I sort of see this whole window as a class, okay? And we're going to set it to 0. And we're just going to run this again and see what happens, see if we get the same results, and we do. So it's still not global. So how to do that is we have to do this inside each of these. Global object. All right, so that's now accessing this global object, and we also have to do it in here. All right, let's run it. All right, and as you can see, we've made a global object now, and it is going into here, changing it to 1, printing 1, going to area 2, and then printing 2, okay, which is, yes, what we're doing. And then we're going to print the object again to see if it has changed, and yes, it has. It's gone to 2. All right, so that's how you make a global global variable, and we're also looking at scope, so how you can access things outside of the scope. Now, what if we put this down here just before we run the function? Is it going to work? So let's have a look. And it does. So, you know, there's a couple of places where you can place these things. For me, and just to keep track of, you know, global things, I would place them at the top of your file, and then you can find them easily and know, oh, that's a global object that's within there. And also having it named global will do that as well. Let's try something out. Rather than naming it global in here, I'm just curious about this. I haven't tried this yet, but you know, this is what coding's all about, trying new things. I'm going to make it global at the top of the file, and let's see what this does. All right, now it didn't do anything. Okay, once again, we're seeing that we've got one object inside here, and it's printing one. We've gone and printed the other one, and because we've created a new object inside this function, it's, even though we've named it global at the top, it's new. It's in this function here, and it's a totally new object. And we're going to go here, back to here, and print it. Has it changed? No. So doing it at the top of the file does not work. So that is a failed. So don't do that. So put it inside your functions. It's kind of I kind of like the idea if you put the global at the top and, you know, say, oh, this is global. It should be, but it's not how it works. Sorry, guys. So guys and ladies. So yeah, so have a great one. I'll see you in the next video. Well, not see you. Oh, you'll hear me. Okay. I'll maybe hear from you. See you later.